Hey y'all, I'm gonna make a very simple supper tonight for us. I think I'm gonna call it cheesy potato bake, and we're gonna fry up some potatoes nice and crispy and put them in a baking dish with some meat and cheese, and just stick that in the oven and let everything melt together. It's gonna be so good if you enjoy cheese and potatoes, which I do. So I'm going to put you down. And there's my frying pan, which I'm going to turn on high. And I'm going to put, this is canola oil. And that is probably 1/4 of a cup. And I want to season my oil up just a little bit. So here is my bacon grease. And I'm going to put that much. I'm trying to make sure I still got the camera on. So I went ahead and peeled the potatoes and got the onions ready, or the onion ready, so that we could get that out of the way. So I've used one huge potato, and then another potato a little smaller, and then this is half of the onion. We'll use the whole onion, and about half of this green pepper. So I'm trying to get everything where you can see. So we don't want the potatoes too thick, but we don't want them too thin either. So just do whatever you think. This is about the thickness that I'm doing them. And I've cut the potato, it's supposed to be in half, but anyway. Go ahead and be getting your potatoes cut while your grease is getting hot. And be real careful when you put your potatoes in, because you don't want to get burned. And if you don't like onion, don't put it in. If you don't like green pepper, don't put it in. You just put in what you like for your family. So these are getting ready to start browning, and it smells so good with that bacon in there. We'll cut our next potato. I'm doing this much so that we'll have leftovers for tomorrow, because our family won't eat near this much at one time. You just fill your pan up with potatoes. Okay, we've got all our potatoes cut up now, and I'm going to cut it down just a little bit above medium for them to start cooking. Now we're going to cut up our onion and our green pepper. And when you put these in, don't stir them around. I'm just wanting that one side of the potato to get golden before we turn it. And so these can just be getting warmed up and getting ready to get cooked. And it does smell really, really good. Okay, so now we have the onions on top. Now I'm going to cut up about half of this pepper. And I'm just dicing this up a little bit small. And just sprinkle that over. And as with the onion, don't try to turn it yet. Okay, and that is it as far as cutting anything up. And this is the baking dish that I'm going to use. I've sprayed it with some spray, so that's what you see in the bottom of it. And I'm thinking that may not be big enough, so I'm probably just going to trade it for a bigger pan. I just want to peek and see how brown these are getting. In just a couple minutes, I'm going to turn these over. They're getting lightly brown, but I want them to get a little more brown than that. So I'm going to let them go for a minute, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I have got this bigger casserole dish to use. And now I'm going to turn these over. And I'm going to let them go for about 10 minutes and turn them over again. And I'm going to continue doing that until I feel like at least the majority of the potatoes are nice and brown. So when I get to that point, I will come back and we will go on to the next step. So now what I'm going to do, the potatoes are about ready, but not quite totally tender. And so that I know that they are going to be tender when we eat, I'm going to go ahead and put some salt and pepper on them. You might want to put just a little less than what you think you need, and then people can add it on their plate if they want to. But I put a little salt and pepper on them. I'm going to turn it down just to about number 4. And I'm going to put a lid on them so that that steam will help make sure that these are cooked. And I'm going to let them go about 6 or 7 minutes like that. And then we're going to come back and put everything together and get it in the oven. So the potatoes have gotten good and tender, and they're ready to go in the pan. So I'm going to just take them from the frying pan and put them straight in here. And spread that around kind of evenly. And I've said it a couple times, but this smells so good. Then I'm going to take some cheese. You use whatever kind of cheese you want. I have the cheddar Monterey Jack. And so I'm going to put some cheese on it, just like this. Now you put as much or as little cheese as you like. Then I was going to put some, if you remember from my hauls, I get the rotisserie chicken breasts, and I was going to cut up a couple and put on here, but then I got these at Dollar Tree, which I really love. So I just decided to put the boneless riblets, and they have a little hint, well, it's a pretty big flavor, I would say, of the barbecue sauce, and it's a good barbecue sauce, I think. Tastes really good. And so you'll get that little bit of the barbecue sauce taste when you eat a bite of your riblet. And I put my oven on 400, so we're going to stick it in there in just a minute. But this is what they look like. And like I say, I really enjoy these. These are good to just make some mashed potatoes with and eat them, or just whatever you want to do. Then I'm going to put some more cheese. And as I said before, it just depends on how much cheese you like as to how much you put. And I guess that should be enough. I'm going to stick this in the oven uncovered. You could have put the meat in the microwave still in the package. Just open the package but leave them in it and heated them. But this will be in the oven long enough that it will heat them and they'll be fine. And they are fully cooked, so I'm going to go ahead, stick this in the oven on 400, and we'll be back in, I'm going to let them go about 15 or 20 minutes, and then we'll be back. Our cheesy potato bake has finished, and here is what it looks like. It smells wonderful, and if you like fried potatoes, I think you would enjoy this. I'm gonna cut a piece. and I haven't let it sit or rest since I took it out of the oven, so, but it seems to be not gonna fall apart. Okay, so there it is. And that's gonna be our supper tonight. Everything in it is fairly soft, so I think Randy would be able to eat it. And I know I'll be able to eat it because I can eat anything. But anyway, y'all, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I do hope you try this. It's very inexpensive, and if you look at the Dollar Tree, you can find all the ingredients there. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.